Right, recording.
Absolutely fantastic. So good evening, everybody. Wow, my makeup looks really good in this light. What a way to start the call. I'm an arrogant bitch. No, I'm kidding. So. Very warm welcome to all of you, and thanks to everybody for jumping on the call. That's a day later. It's official. It's 24 hours later. But so I would just like to say thank you for that. And also I'd like to say the three people that are on the call right now weren't at our event yesterday. So actually you three, it's very important that you're on this call. Even more so because you weren't at our event yesterday and you, I suppose, didn't feel, I don't say this to be a cow, but like you didn't get to feel the magic of the room, if that makes sense. And remember the magic that we had at conference? It was very similar to this. So let me just flip my camera because I need to. So remember the magic that we had at conference? It was very similar to that. It was, how can I begin? I wish we had other people from the call on because it was truly sensational. It was, I feel very, very, very grateful for everybody that came. You know, we had a couple of people in the team that were a bit like angsty at the beginning, that maybe thought we weren't going to have anyone show up. And I said, look guys, if no one shows up, like, then we still have a day of the team day. We still have a day where we can do filming and stuff for our team. So please, like, if no one shows up, like, so what? No one shows up. It's actually their loss, not ours. So it was really, where do I begin? It was awesome. It was amazing, to the point where, like, more than anything, I realize now, more than anything, it's community we have to build. You know, excuse my French, F everything else. It is community that we have to build. Yes, the Juice Plus events are fantastic. And I know, Mum, you've put on one and you're going to do some more with Rianne, which is great. And I definitely encourage you to have those, but also think outside the box. Think about how you as a team can start spending time together I'm going to make it a must that, once a week I'm going to be spending time with the team. I'm going to try really hard. I really, like, as a team, guys, this is not me. I am not the face of this team. I'm not, like Lauren said, she wants to be as, what's the word, irrelevant as possible. Like just totally not even in the game in terms of like being, reliant on her. Obviously, you always will be, in the sense that you're always going to have your own front line. But, for me, it's really about kind of thinking, okay, so how can I make these people in my team better than me? And really, that's what I hope you all feel like you get from me when we do our individual coaching calls. And really, how can I put it? You've really got to just, like, yesterday, so we had the event, we all showed up from about 2 p.m. till about 2:30. People were showing up, and then it was kind of a bit crazy and a bit unorganized, and not on anyone's fault. It was just kind of like really hard to, like, my idea, I suppose it was my fault in the sense that I kept changing my mind every hour on what I wanted it to do. I knew the end goal. The end goal was to get an interview of all the people that were going to come and ask questions like, what does success mean to you? What does being healthy mean to you? I mean, if any of you watch my interview, you know exactly what we asked, because I answered all the same questions. If you could do anything, what would you do? If you could make one impact in the world, what would it be? If you could be anywhere, where would you be? Like, who inspires you? Who do you aspire to be like? All sorts of questions that were very brain triggering, that really got a very raw, real response out of people. And I did tell everybody when they came up to the event, and we all kind of mingled and networked for about an hour and a half. Just when we were setting up and waiting for a few people to arrive, we had about 25 of us in the end, which was just amazing. Probably about, maybe 20 of those people, and maybe we had about 22, 23 people. But, most of those people, apart from me, Jessie, Netta, and it was Netta's first event. It was Jessie's first event, actually. Asuya, no. But, the four of us, it was at their first event that they'd ever been to. And it was like the four of us were with the team, and only two of us had ever really been to an event, I suppose, that was Juice Plus led. And this wasn't a Juice Plus led event. And really, I don't want you to, I don't know if any of you have faith or believe in God or whatever you believe. What you have to realize is, if you've probably all got a friend in your life that's a Christian or Jewish or a Muslim, right? And like, you have to think about this friend that you have in your life that has faith, is a Christian, but they don't preach about it. They don't talk about it all the time. This is, in my opinion, a real Christian. I mean, I'm going to come from a Christian point of view. This, in my opinion, not a real Christian, but this is a real, true Christian, in the sense that what you have to look at in this is, they don't go around, like, I have a really, really good few friends, and, even me, myself, having developed, like, what I believe in the universe and stuff. Yes, I talk about it on Instagram and social media, but you don't see me running down the street going, and every new person that I meet going, why don't you believe in God? Like, you don't see me doing that, you don't see me talking about it like that. But instead, what do? I live, and I hope that my dream and what I aim for every day is to live an inspirational life, is to live a life of a lot of love, is to live a life of, really go-getter attitude, like really get off my ass and work for it. Like, every day, live like it was, it's my last, in that sense. And I work so hard, it's my last day, and, really live a life that's worth remembering. And, you don't see me going, God this, God. You don't see me doing that. But instead, when people say to me, how did you get to walk the catwalk? I truly believe, hand on my heart, that it was a blessing that I got, and I went to church and I prayed for it, and that's what happened. And I don't care what any of you think, what any of you say, quite frankly, in that respect, because you will never take away from me how I feel. What does that link to? Anyone? When I say to you, you will never take away from me how I feel, what does that remind you of? I suppose it's like a rhetorical question, right? But what does it remind you of? My Juice Plus. You can say what you want. You can say anything you like about Juice Plus, but you will never, ever take away from me how I feel about Juice Plus. So when you meet somebody, or when you want to talk about Juice Plus, think of it in the same respect. Think of it like that Christian friend that you have that doesn't preach to you all the time and doesn't say to you all the time, you should go to church, you could do this, you should do that. Why don't you read the Bible? Why don't you have this app? La, 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 la. You don't, we're not attracted to people like that, but we are attracted to people who live a very good life. They're very kind, they're very loving, they're very generous, they're very, giving. And, those sorts of people, you look at them and you go, wow, like, why are you like this? Why did you do that? And then they say, I'm just blessed. Like, it's not me. I'm just blessed. I'm using the gifts I got given. And that's the way you've got to look at this Juice Plus business. It is not something, I really hope this is helpful for you, because this, for me, this weekend has really been what I really got that click, that moment that really made me realize, like, wow, it's not about talking about it and preaching about it. It's about how I live my life. It's about having and showing up, being on the products. Number one, being on the gold package. If you're not on the premium capsules and the shakes, then why not? Like, really, why not? Like, I know money might be an issue for some of you, but for those that I know that have been in the team that aren't on the gold package yet, like, why not? Like, you really got to ask yourself, what's stopping you? You've been in the business for a couple of weeks now. You could have made your money back for those shakes now. 34 quid you can make back like that, pretty much, with a premium capsule order. Funnily enough, with a gold package, buy your own gold package and you get enough money back to pay for those shakes. Like, it's very simple, guys. It's very, very, very simple. And why aren't you on the gold package? Because if you're not showing up and you're not on the products and your skin is not shining and your eyes are not white and your hair is not strong and you don't look good and you're not like, and I don't mean being skinny. Being skinny does not always looking good, but your face, like, how do you light up? How do you show, Netta's not on the call. She just texted me and said she can't make it. But Netta, I wish she was on the call for me to applaud her. Like, I'm massive, massive, massive well done to this woman. She came yesterday. She's never met anyone in the team. She travelled very far, from South London to West London. I mean, took everyone over an hour to get there yesterday, and it showed such dedication. We had over 20 people there. And it took everyone over an hour to get there in London, right? And it was a bit rainy, dribbly, but wow, just so honored that these people came out. And Netta came and she showed up, and she has a 2-year-old daughter, and if she can find someone to look after a 2-year-old daughter, and it was her brother-in-law or brother's birthday party, and she sacrificed that event, she sacrificed spending time with that daughter, and she traveled a long time to come to the event, and she met everybody in the team, and she won't mind me saying she is shy. And she didn't want to go and do the video interview. She didn't want to do it. And I said, you're doing it. I'm sorry, but you're doing it. Like, I was like, there's no way you're not. Like, sorry. And I'm so glad I made her do that, because today she was like, I'm really glad you made me do that. I'm really glad you invited me to the event yesterday. And she was so grateful to me yesterday. And I really want to, honestly, I wish for all of you to have the messages that you all send me is so daily. Honestly, it could make me weep. They're so nice. Like, the messages you all send me daily, like, you know, I had a call with Rebecca the other night and we were just catching up, and she sent me a message like, you always make me feel so good. And I'm like, it's not me. It's like just that we're connected, and that I really believe that we were supposed to meet each other and we're supposed to be friends. And it's like, you know, Netta said to me yesterday at the event, she went, oh God, Tasha, like, she thanked me like so much from literally the bottom of her heart. She thanked me as soon as she left. She thanked me when she got home. She thanked me again on the phone today when she rang me. And I'm like, geez, when's this girl gonna stop thanking me? But no, really, I'm so grateful. And really, you know, I want that for all of you. I want you to have somebody saying to you, thank you so much for just introducing me to this business. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for showing me that, like, and I have said thank you to my mum a million times and always will. And, you know, we're all thankful to my mum too, I'm sure. Like, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for, oh, thanks so much, Rianne. See, like, you always all kiss my ass. And I'm like, thank you so much. But it's not about kissing my ass. It's about, I want you to feel what it's like to have someone like, because of you, you know, I met her with Habiba today. She's just signing up to the business with Jessie. She'd never listened to a call before. She took the time out last Thursday night to come to, she lives in Surrey. It's again about an hour away. She took the time out to come to a Thursday night event last week. And she stayed after for a drink. She took the time out. I think Rebecca's taking a picture of us. She took the time out, you know, yesterday to come to an event. And, you know, she met up with me today, and Habiba said to me, you know, I have to tell you, you really inspired me yesterday. She said, I went to class this work. She studies at uni. She said, I went to class this morning and the students were being a bit down and they were being a bit miserable. And I just gave them this speech I know, and I don't know where it came from, but it was you inspired me. And I'm thinking about all these people, like, she's from Egypt, you know, that I can already help in Egypt, and all these people. And I'm like, oh my God. And I said to her, I was like, it's not me. Like, I want you to have the feeling that I have. And it's so, and I'll, you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, I'm going to tell you right now, 2 hours to spend with a prospect is not duplicatable, and it is not something you should be doing. You should be spending no longer than an hour, especially if you live in London, because quite frankly, it's too long to get everywhere. No, I'm sorry, but be strict on your time and have a call with them instead. You know, and make sure everyone that you meet up with on a one-to-one should have watched a call beforehand. Like Habiba said to me tonight, I'd really love you to meet my brother. She's 18, this girl's freaking 18. It's like Asia, she's 19, and my mind's blown, like, what the hell? And Habiba's brother's 19, and she's like, I'd love you to meet him, I'd love you to connect with him. And I said, okay, great, I will, but you have to let him watch your call first. Value your time. Your time is so precious. The only thing that you have that runs out, you know, on a daily basis. You only have 24 hours in the day. I slept, I don't say this to impress you, I say this to, you know, press upon you and realize what's possible. I slept, you know, obviously you want to have gone through a breakup, which I accidentally said twice on my fucking face, excuse my French, on my Facebook Live twice yesterday. And I'm like, cool, everybody in the world knows now. But fine. You know, I haven't really slept properly since my breakup, and the sleep is the one thing that I got from Juice Plus that I'm so grateful for, and all of a sudden my sleep's out the window. Haven't really slept properly in 4 weeks, and it's been a bit wild and a bit crazy and a bit nuts. Have you ever seen me take a day off from my Juice Plus business in 4 weeks? No. Like, boo-hoo. I went through a breakup and I was with him for 4 years, and boo-hoo. Like, I'm sorry, boo-freaking-hoo. Boo-hoo. Like, when my friend passed away 2 years ago, it was very different. I did have to take some time off. So it is a different thing. Like, so there are things in your life that you do need to take time off from business. But I went through a breakup, and you know what I did? I thought, you know what? F this. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not being the girl that can't afford things. I'm not being the girl that, you know, has to watch my money. I'm not being the girl that is the model that, you know, is trying to make it. Like, no, F that. I had what Lauren calls it your fuck it moment. Excuse my French, but I feel like we need this. You know, I had my fuck it moment. I had it. And I'm like, you know what? The thing is with this business is, I have to stop because I'm gonna get choked up. But you know, my fuck it moment really was, I cannot do that anymore. I cannot I cannot live the life I'm living. And it's quite scary going through a breakup when, you know, your boyfriend does earn more money than you at the time. And, you know, it's fucking scary, it's so scary. And I came through it. And I share this with you because, you know, none of you knew for 2 weeks, because I didn't want to pass that bad energy. And even a few of you in the team said to me, like, why didn't you tell me? Because we are friends. And I was like, it's not that I didn't tell you because you're not my friend. I didn't tell you because, like, at the end of the day, you are part of my team, and I want to inspire you. I don't want to spread any negative energy on you, like, ever. If I'm ever having a bad day, like, I will share it with you, but I'll share it with you in a different way, and I'll reflect on it more in a few days. Does that make sense? So if you're ever having a bad day, always moan up line. Every single one of you can always come to me. You can always moan up line. But I know for a fact, me and my mum have had this conversation. We will never moan downline if me and mum are having a bad day. We don't do that, because that's not the way we do business. Like, me and mum will moan to each other, like, she'll moan and I'll moan, and like we'll moan to each other, and that's like our moaning little session, and then we get over it. Because it's good to have a moan. I'm not saying don't moan. It's good to have a moan. We all have hard days, but remember, no, what did I say? Don't give up on a bad day. Yeah, exactly. No, but I don't feel like I can't not share it with you. And I know that I would, like, I know, but when the timing's right, you know, the timing was right to share my breakup with you about 10 days after I think I shared it with you. And I just kind of said it on the call. I was like, look, I've gone through this is what's happened. And I think you all knew anyway. You all knew. And I even hinted at it when I was in Milan, that I was going to have to move house. And I know you probably all thought it and you didn't say it out loud, which is great. I think I respect you all for doing that, because you knew I wasn't ready and you waited for me. And that's why I love, like, this team. Like, really, guys, who do you really care about? Who do you really, really, really love? Who do you really want to turn around to you and say, because of you, I never gave up. Because of you, you know, you make my life a better place. You know, because of you, I get to stay at home with my daughter. Like, honestly, seriously, who in your life do you love? Who do you really give a shit about? If you're new to this business, it's the best time to write this kind of list. It's the best time to get this down. But seriously, you know, even mum, you and me, like, if, you know, we feel like we've burnt out a hot market, we feel like we've got to a point, and excuse me, we've got to a point where we're not, you know, maybe a hot market is burnt out, maybe we can't move that, then you just got to go out there and find new people. Just find new people. There are people out there crying for help. There are people out there desperate. You know, most of the people that came yesterday, I didn't know their names because I have met them on social media, and everybody looks a bit different in person. I was like, so I didn't introduce anybody. I let everybody introduce themselves. And I was like, okay. And we all name badges, like school children, but it was worked a treat. And we all wore name badges. And then when they got their name badge, I made a few people write their name down. How do I spell your name? And then, you know, a few people had their name badges. I was like, okay. I was like, now I know that. Her name's that. His name's that. And it was just funny because I was thinking, I've invited these people and I don't even know their names. And I'm like, they definitely know my name. Like, isn't that hilarious? But these people, and I swear to God, we had, I promise you, can someone tell me who was on Lauren's call earlier? And mum, was it you? What was the incentive for the most team members?
I couldn't write that down because I was having my hair done at this time. But there is a recording of it, isn't there? Because I don't know the figures. Sorry.
But what is it? Money?
Money. It was money, yeah.
All right, great. Well, I'm telling you right now, guys, I am chasing that money. Remember when she set money for the 14th of February and I missed it? Fuck that. I am getting this money. I swear it. So Jessie signed, you know, and not only that, it's not about me, but it's about the fact that what can I do with that money? And I'm already thinking about how, you know, paying for the event and not charging anyone for the event, because to hire a place in London is going to cost us 400 quid, by the way, that I'm going to have to pay for up front. But like, that's what I'm trying to say to you right now. Like, sometimes sacrifices are freaking worth it. I know the movement we have in Model Me. I could sense it yesterday, and everybody that was there could sense it. And they were like, oh my God. And I swear to you, 80% of the people that were at the event yesterday will join our business. And most of them have never even seen a video. But you know what? I had a bit of balls about me, and I went round to them all. There was a girl that has not even joined the business yet. She's not even a customer, but she came to Thursday night's event with Juice Plus. She saw the magic, and she brought 2 people with her yesterday. She brought 2 people with her. I was like, this guy turned up. She didn't even turn up with one of them. This guy turned up, and he turns up with one of the other girls. I didn't know her name. I'm like, actually, no, I did. I knew her name, Paulina. She was a makeup artist, a friend of mine. And she turned up with him, and he's like, hi, my name's Mark. I'm Michelle's friend. And he's like, I'm Michelle's friend. And I'm like, who's Michelle? And I'm like, Michelle. And he's like, Michelle Tyrion. And I'm like, you're Michelle's friend. I'm like, oh my God. No, I didn't do a Juice Plus presentation. I'll run the events. I'm like, Michelle's friend. Oh my God. And I'm like, wait a minute. Michelle invited people to the event. I'm like, Michelle has enjoyed business, by the way. Didn't say that, but I was thinking in my head, like, what? And I'm like, that is my team member right there. I'm like, hello, she's my team member. Like, I'm going to get her, you know? And it's not because, like, I'm thinking about me and I'm thinking, I'm going to go get her. But this girl already has an innate ability to invite people to events. She has already got off her ass and called up her friends and gone, look, I'm going to this thing on Sunday. I don't know what the frick she said. I asked her to start a group chat today on WhatsApp. There's 4 of us in there. And I asked them, I was like, you know, why did you come? Like, and even though we did actually ask people that in the interview, I haven't watched the interview back with those 2 people in it. I was like, you know, why did you come here? Like, what was it? Exactly. Find the influencers, find the people that want to influence other people. And I messaged Michelle and I said, look, babe, I'd love to know where you're at with this business, because we had a 3-way call with Natalie Sutton on Saturday. There's so much I could talk about. I feel like I need to do a 3-hour call with the team. Let me write that down before I forget, because that's really going to be an amazing resource. Is this helpful? I hope so. I know I'm a bit wild and crazy and energetic tonight, but I have got so much to talk about. And it was a full moon last night. I just realised with my friend. I don't know if any of you believe in the full moon. But it's okay. We're going to have a recording, Mum, so don't worry. But the full moon, I really believe, rocks everybody, because we're 70% water and the moon affects all the tides. And whoa. So whether you believe in energy or world or universe or God or whoever, the moon, it's scientific. The moon affects us, right? And I am feeling wild and high as a kite and wild as a cat right now. Rebecca might say, no, not wild as a cat, because I work with cats, so sorry. But I am feeling so, how can I put it? Ding, 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 because you didn't notice. Found it overwhelming on Lauren's call. I need to do the basics. Yeah, you do need to do the basics with her then, because it can be overwhelming at the beginning of this business, but you need to just say to her, you know, Habiba was asking me loads of questions earlier and I didn't tell her anything. I mean, really, I told her the basics. I gave her the 3 first things. The 3 first things, Mum, that you want to teach her to do, tell her we work 3 tasks at a time. This is how we're going to work business from now on. We are not sending out the starter pack that I sent to all of you as team members. We're not doing that anymore. I'm scrapping it all together. You don't need to know anything to get started, or you're only going to have 3 things. And this is what I say, okay? The 3 things are, 1 is have passion, have a desire. Why do you do what you do? Why do you get up in the morning? The second thing is stay teachable. You listen to everything that your upline says and you stay really teachable and you actually do that work, because if you actually did that, you would be successful. But the fact is, most people give up after the first 3 tasks because they haven't even bloody done it. And they give up and they go, oh, it's too hard. And it's like, well, oh, I'm not making any money. I said, well, duh, you didn't do the task. You know, like, how many people really watching this, if you have not written your list yet and you have not sent me that list, then really, can you really say that, can you really blame anybody but yourself for being not successful yet? No. Some of you have been in this business, you know, I actually spoke about you, Rebecca, to Lauren at conference, and I said, you know, Rebecca's the one girl that I'd met who does everything. She is the most teachable team member in the world. She does everything I teach her. She never questions anything, a word I say. Actually, you do question. You know, actually, I spoke about you to my friend the other day as well. And I said, this girl is great. I said, you know why? I said, because I felt like at the beginning, I felt like she thought, you know, she couldn't say to me, you know, hold me accountable to certain stuff and be like, well, why aren't you doing that? Or why are you doing that? And then we started this 90-day game plan together, me and Rebecca did, when we got back from conference. And I said to her, I was like, look, I'm going to hold you accountable and you're going to hold me accountable. And what I mean by that is, you're going to do the work every day. I'm going to do the work every day. You're going to make sure I work out. I'm going to make sure you work out. You know, you're going to make sure I'm doing social media. I'm going to make sure you're doing social media. You know what also you're going to do? You know, 90 days is hardcore, and I am feeling this momentum right now. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I'm a bit like, because I'm just like, what's going to happen next? Can I really cope with this many people? But yes, this is why I'm making life simpler for all of us. You know, and I said to Rebecca, I was like, you got to make sure I chill out. Okay, because I don't do that. I said, you got to make sure I chill out. And she turned around to me also and said, and I said, you know, I'll make sure you chill out, you make sure I chill out. So we both set aside a day, right? So it's Sunday. This is what we said. Well, I said Sunday, her days off changed, so she's going to change hers, but she's going to have a day off. And on your day off, you might still be doing your basics DMO, but you won't be hammering at hardcore like you're going to be doing on the other 90 days, which is hammering at hardcore for 90 days, quite frankly, guys, is just doing the high income producing activities, which is what? Talking to people. Like, have any of you seen the success tracker that I posted? I'm actually just going to open it now on my laptop. the success tracker. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. It's not an issue, but please just follow the main basic things. So the success tracker, the paying activities that you want to see duplicate in your team are contacting people, presenting the opportunity, which is presenting the opportunity is sending out calls, sending out a link to people, customer and team enrollment, that is posting in the team, that is posting in the team groups, connecting with your upline, three-way calls, which please make sure I talk about that. Success tracker, Mum, I'll email it to you. In fact, I'll post it in the group. Can someone remind me to do that? And three-way calls, which I'm actually going to go straight into now. So that they're the paying activities that you want to see duplicate within your business. The, you know, let the learning to action is below the line. When we say above the line, that pays you. Below the line doesn't pay you, but it's still a necessity. So below the line is team training, personal development, team communication, and business organization, right? So, what you really want to ask yourself, are you above or below the line? If you are sat below the line and you're listening to your audiobooks every day, and I'm doing my business because I listen to Jim Rohn in my car or while I was walking, no, it's never going to pay you. Jim Rohn is never going to pay you. YouTube is never going to pay you. Audiobooks are never going to freaking pay you. Tell you what's going to pay you: messaging 30 new people a day, actually following up with them, actually reconnecting with them and getting off your ass and doing that. Like, honestly. So if on a day you're too busy and you can't do both, then you do above the line. You don't do below that. You do always do above the line first. You always do it first. And the thing is, you can do stuff like listening to Jim Rohn while you're in the gym or while you're walking or while you're, you know, I never sit in my room and sit and watch a YouTube video like, yeah, really useful that. I listened to every word they said. I've got a good few quotes down, but stick them on my. Really think I do that? You think I have time for that? I'm home about maybe 3 hours a night, like literally, and that's it. And half the time I'm on a bloody call. So, like, no way. I don't have time for that. So, focus on the above the line activities, right? So, you know, your 90-day game plan, if you only want it, is just basically hammering the shit out of above the line activities. I said to Rebecca, I said, hold me accountable. So I'm on the phone to my friend last week. I think I was on the phone to Rebecca and I was messaging. I spoke to my friend about her. And I said, you know, it's really funny, this girl. It's like, she's been in my business a few months now. Like, we got on really well. I met her for the first time at a conference. She's awesome. Like, definitely a friend I'm going to have forever in my life, right? Business or not. And I said to him, I said, she's funny because I told her, I said, look, you got to hold me accountable to this shit. You know, you got to make sure I chill. And then we had a call, me and Rebecca did on Wednesday night, and we were really kind of just catching up and doing business at the same time. And I said, oh, Rebecca, so much stuff is happening on Sunday. I've got so many things booked in. I said, I've got about 4 people that want to do shoots with me. I'm supposed to be moving out. My sister's supposed to come to London. I really want to go to church, and I bloody got to do this film with the event. And Rebecca turns around to me and goes, Tasha, I thought you were supposed to use Sunday as your chill out day. And I'm like, sorry, what? Because I hadn't seen the side to her, you know. Oh my God, 10 minutes to say everything. You know, I hadn't seen the side to her. I hadn't seen this, you know, this, girlfriend, I'm going to hold you accountable like you told me to. I hadn't seen it to her, and it was bloody great. And I turned around and went, you're right, Rebecca. And I had to eat my words a little bit. And I'm not the kind of person that sometimes I don't like being told that I'm wrong, or not wrong, you know, but I need to make time for something else, like for me, and to chill the frick out. So I was a bit like, yeah, actually, you're really bloody right, Rebecca. I was like, fuck's sake, she's right, because I don't love admitting people are right? But I was so thankful, and I said to my friend, I said, I love her more for it. And he said, you know, that's awesome that she feels like she can say that to you. And I have to say, Rebecca, like, I am so proud of the fact that that showed me how much your confidence has just gone. Because, like, I'm not your boss. I'm not your upline. Like, I'm your mate. I mean, I'm your upline, but I'm your mate, you know. I'm your buddy in this 90-day game plan. Like, we decided we're going to kick each other's ass, and we're going to be NMD together, and we're going to help each other, right? And I said to her, I want to walk the stage with you. Like, I don't want to walk the stage on my own. Like, hi guys, my friends in the crowd. I'm like, that's boring. I want to walk NMD with my team. I want to walk my whole team to be NMD with me on Liverpool. Like, how fun would that be? Yeah, we're a team. Like, how fun would that be? I literally visualize that. I'm like, yes, we are here, back in there. Maybe we could wear matching shoes or something. I don't know. Anyway, too much. So I really got to say, like, find, you know, and if you want me to be your buddy, I'll be your buddy. I'd be everyone's buddy. I bloody love it. It's go great. And Rebecca fires me up. I fire her up. We keep each other motivated. And it's so great because she really makes me realize and really holds me accountable for what really I'm supposed to be doing, which is number one, if you do not look after yourself, then like, duh, like it goes back to being part of a product. If you ain't showing up, and this is why I have started to be really strict on getting at least 6.5 hours sleep a night, because I cannot do 3 hours sleep a night anymore. I cannot. I did 3 hours sleep Friday night, 3 hours sleep Saturday night. Oh my God, I don't know how I was alive on Sunday. And I didn't yawn once in my filming, by the way, which I was very, very excited about. But, you know, really, guys, really, 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 like, what are you willing to do? What do you really need to do to make this business? You know, really, what do you need to do? I've got someone that's going to join Jesse's team questioning me on WhatsApp right now. I swear it. We have got such big momentum. And I just said to Rebecca before the call recorded, I said, look, just because you haven't physically signed someone up in the last couple of days doesn't mean you can't bounce off the energy of the team. You know, when we have new people join that WhatsApp group all the time, we're going to be having 4 in the next couple of days. I swear it, join. You know, it doesn't mean you can't bounce off that energy. You need to watch how that new team member is, you know, connect with that new team member, see what they're doing, see what works, blah, blah, blah. You know, because honestly, look at Netta right now. She just signed up her first team member, which is her brother-in-law. But her brother's wife, so her sister-in-law, and she's been working on her. I've done 3-way calls with her. She'd ring Netta. What I love about her, I know some of us love to text, and some of us love to call. But if you like to call, pick up the phone and call me. Like, if I don't answer, it's because I'm on shoot. That is the only, or I'm in a casting. That is the only time I will not answer the phone. Hi Aska. I will sit on the phone and I will, you know, like if I totally lost my track of point. We're gonna get cut off in a minute. I just want to open Zoom up on my laptop. You know, if I'm not busy, I will answer the phone. And if I'm with a friend, if I'm with a prospect, I said to Habiba earlier, I was like, you know, she's the new girl that's going to join. I said, you know, if I'm ever available, I will answer the phone. If I'm with someone, if I'm with a prospect, I'll answer the phone and I'll go, hi babe, I'll call you back in an hour. Cool. And I'll always answer the phone. So if you need me to speak to someone, if you need me there, right there, then, and you need me, just call me. Like, don't wait around. You know, I had 16 texts in my phone today that I couldn't get back to all day. I've got 33 WhatsApp messages, and I don't even want to talk about Facebook. No way. So if you need me, you got to call me, because if I don't see it, sometimes it just gets lost in the madness. But if you need me right there and you can't wait for an answer, please bloody pick up the phone. It's not an issue, and I want to be here for you as much as possible, but I can't read your mind, so you have to call me. But really what I want to ask you is, what do you really need to do to make this a difference? Make this a priority in your life. Like, whose life do you really want to change? Who do you really want to impact? And like, events are so powerful. They are so powerful. Yesterday was amazing, but community is even more powerful. You know, Rebecca, we really need to talk about putting an event on in your area, and I need to create that poster for you. We need to do that ASAP. But also, maybe, Rebecca, another point is, what about cat groups? Let's have a cat community, cat cafe group, you know, like, let's just go for coffee and talk about cats. Like, honestly, like, why? Like, I really think you should just do that. Just build a community of people, go in your best space ever. Maybe let's have a coaching call before, so I know you're super pumped. And just let's have a chat and a natter. And then so you turn up to the call and you're like, bish, bash, bosh, hi guys. And then everyone's going to see you and they're going to go, you know, yesterday we didn't do a Juice Plus presentation. Actually didn't mention the words Juice Plus once, really, apart from a girl said, oh, is this your Juice Plus thing? And I was like, yep. And I was fearless and I was confident and I was like, boom, yep. But otherwise we didn't really. You know what? I have to commend Asia just joined the call. I have to fucking take my hat off to this girl, excuse my French. But so I just finished my first kind of presentation. If we get cut off, by the way, I'm going to jump on another one. I hope that's okay with everyone. And just finish the call for another 15 minutes because I've got way too much to share. And Asia,
I might lose connection though, because I literally just jumped on my train. But hi guys.
Yeah, no worries. If you manage to get back on, I really want you to share stuff from yesterday as well, because I'd really love to get another person's opinion. If you don't, no worries about it. But you know, she sat there with these people she'd never met, by the way, who were, you know, people that I'd invited to the event. And she sat there. One was Jesse's girl. Jessie brought 3 people to the event yesterday, which was just amazing. And as she sat there and she went, yes, so I've been on Juice Plus for a couple of months now. And I turned around and I looked and I was like, sorry, like, because I don't really love people to go, I've done Juice Plus. But she had such confidence and certainty that no one was going to be like, oh, just listen shit. No one was going to do that with her. No one. Like, she was like, yeah, I've been on Juice Plus for 2 months now, and I've experienced this and whatever her story
Okay,
was.
can I just say one thing? That
Please.
was only because someone asked me specifically about Juice Plus. Otherwise, I wouldn't have like.
And I thought so,
outwardly
because
say-
I thought so. But the fact that you repeated it, and it was the wording, it was the way you were so confident, and you sat there and you were so happy, and yes, you sat up straight, and the posture was amazing, and she went, yes, and I've been on, and she clicked her fingers, but yes, and I've been on Juice Plus for 2 months now, and she just shared her story, and it was great. And I turned around, and I only heard that bit, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, she didn't even know these people, she didn't even know them. And I was like, great. This is absolutely great, because we didn't do a Juice Plus presentation yesterday, and I was wondering whether we should, because of how many people were going to be there. But we didn't need to, guys. We did not need to. You know what was enough? Was getting people in a room and connecting and networking and talking about dogs and talking about your other careers and talking about what you like to do, and like, it was just connection. And people said, they were like, oh my god, like that was so good. That was so good. And you know what? On the filming, when next week we're going to have at least one kind of question. I'm going to think when I do the editing with Adil from the event, there's going to be one question that I want this video to basically be like, the one reason I want people to watch this video. And I want you to all, if you're not in London, please write a bloody list down of people you know in London, or bloody think about in your life. I want you to ask 10 people, do you know anyone in London? If you don't know anyone in London, you ask 10 people, 10 of your closest friends, who do you know in London? Because the event we have on the 2nd is going to go off the freaking roof. And if you do not have any prospects there, I'm sorry, but you are stupid. Like, seriously, I want, as a team, I want us to have 50 new people in our organization this month. We can do that. I want us to say that we changed 50 lives this month. I said this to Habiba today, and she went, well, you've already changed my life. And I'm like, oh my Jesus Christ. Like, she hadn't even joined the business. Like, she's literally signing up tonight with him. Her mum is going to, she went home after her Thursday night event. She went home, she told her mum about it, and she didn't have the money to sign. Her mum could sense from her how good this thing was that her mum said, I'll pay for you to join. Her mum said that. How amazing, right? Imagine if you made people feel like that they went home and spoke to someone else, their parents or whatever, because the people was only 18, I thought she was like 25. Not in a bad way, but she's so mature. And imagine if someone turned around to that person and went, you know what, I'll pay for you to join, because I can see that you believe in this. What? Isn't that amazing? That's like a dream come true. Like, they pay for free. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like coming for free. And she's going to get free products. Her mum said she'll go halves with her on the gold plan. And they didn't even know about the childhood study. Her mum was just going to go halves with her anyway. And I'm like, because she could sense from her mum could, sorry, I need to get a cushion to sat my ass, sorry. Her mum could really sense from her how much this event had changed her life. So really, events are so magical. And if you are on your own, like Rebecca